mean, I'm assuming that they're assuming Naga's won.
I think the off-lane heroes are more problematic than the mid heroes.
Because it could be Sayak hero coming up too, and Resolution playing the
Marcy.
The Marcy also.
Or it could be a Naga 3 or 4, which is maybe a little bit more crazy.
I wouldn't assume it,
no.
but of course.
Could be.
I mean, that's probably more likely. Now we see the troll ban too. We've seen Rezo play Marcy quite a lot in the qualifiers and stuff like that. He was playing it offlane a lot.
Yeah, they've been owning with the offlane
With
Marcy.
great success.
I wonder what his stat is, but I think it's very positive.
It's tricky, it's tricky. We'll see what Tundra is going to decide to respect, because they also have to be taking a guess here. And it's not an easy one. So whatever they're going to ban is going to obviously tell us where they're placing the Naga and where they're placing the Marcy, assumingly, or what they care the most about, if anything, because obviously they cannot know for sure what Secret is going to do.
Lots of hmms going on, I think.
There's a lot of pressure on these bans. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Shaman.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right,
so they're looking at Marcy core for Secret. So then in that case, most likely a Marcy plus 3
But I
and
also
a Naga
think
plus 1.
I think it's a very interesting read on the game, right? Like, why do they ban Rasta here? What does Rasta make? I think it makes sense with the Naga, right? It's like, it's a lot to do with the Naga and what you're saying about like this hard lockdown, not letting heroes like kite around you. Shackle can be an incredible tool.
And right now they have very poor lockdown. Like, it's only Lesh stun and Marcy rebound, which is very unreliable.
Yes.
Right? This Hex could have helped a lot.
Yeah, and it's also one of the Sayak classics. Okay, next ban. Yeah, I think they really want the Marcy to be core. Obviously, they could still flex it. I'm not sure what Resolution could be looking at. Other than that, Sayak has a bunch of heroes, right? Like, Sayak has a bunch of heroes. He has the Earth Spirit, which is a good lockdown. He has the Tusk is out.
State Shaker, Tusk is out.
Shaker.
They do ban the Clockwork. Looking, for some reason, I feel like we might be surprised by how Secret's going to put the heroes, but maybe that's just
they
my
could
mind
pick
going
Nisha's
crazy.
hero here, right? If Nisha, what could Nisha be picking? I mean, we never mentioned the Zeus. I don't know if it's that good here.
I'm stuck on this Marcy plus 1. I can't get over it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, we'll see. This is exciting.
5 seconds remaining.
They're out of time, right? Is that reserve time?
They've got a little bit.
Okay, they've got a little bit more. 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds to decide. You know, probably your fate. A lot of pressure.
Misclick.
Ember Spirit. All right.
I mean, it's good for some reasons, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan if we're doing +1 Naga with the Ember. I think there's a little bit of de-synergy, but there's also some synergy. It's just not all the way.
I mean, it's a very good Ember game.
But it's good, really good versus what they're playing against. Yeah.
Ember versus bottom, Tiny Pango, like, and even Roar. They're gonna have a really hard time catching this Ember. He has the backup of Global Silence. If he does end up catching a kind of a stun, he has the backup of Sleep. This Ember can be the king of the game. You know, Nisha can pop off on this.
But do you still think that they're doing something weird with Marcy, or don't you just think it's gonna be?
I would assume it's a Marcy Leshrac. You know, Zayak Marcy, Rezo Leshrac, Naga Silencer safe in an Ember mid.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I would say so too.
That's what it looks like.
But so we've seen 9. He likes to counterpick when he gets the chance to. I wonder if he's happy with this matchup, like the Pangolier. I mean, he has to be the Pango, right? It has to be Skitter hero. Never mind. Medusa.
Right. We have not seen that hero.
We haven't seen that hero, right?
I think that's a first Usa.
Wow.
I mean, that's a Skitter hero. We've seen him play it a lot in the past. Yeah.
Okay, Medusa.
Stylus is on the Naga. Yeah. No funny business here.
Do they have enough damage to take down a Medusa is what I'm thinking, you know?
When Tundra starts grouping up and forcing...
It's not easy for these heroes to take down Medusa, because, you know, Lesh and Ember,
Lesh, yeah.
They might lack damage.
Yeah.
Probably that's what, Tundra is trying to abuse here.
And we saw one Naga earlier. I'm trying to remember who it was from RNG. He went for diffusal on the Naga, and it could be interesting again this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so Tundra's plan is to get this Dusa to a point where you eventually can go tier 2, Roche, tier 3, and the group up is going to be really strong with the Beast, and the sieging is going to start happening, and that Secret kind of demise if it does happen. Whereas if Secret, they manage to stall the game out and start splitting, and you know, Medusa is also very punished by a map that gets spread out really like quite a bit, and he doesn't like running around. So
it's funny. It feels like both teams have swapped roles in terms of how they want to play the game, right? Secret wants to be dodging, and Tundra is going to try to hit critical mass, group up around the Dusa, the Beast, and just try to, you know, end it. So we'll see how it works out. Very interesting to see how the best Naga team plays against Naga. You know, doesn't get more interesting than that.
You have any copium left for Secret?
I do.
You do?
Of course I do.
Okay.
I want game 4.
Me too. I really want game 4.
Well, we'll see if we're going to be getting that here. I mean, overall as well, Fog, you know, just sort of seeing Skeeter on this sort of hero. It's been, what, 2 games so far with Tundra. Each time, whether it's been Skeeter or Nine, they've just had this core that Secret haven't really been able to touch. Do you feel that may be the case here again, or do you believe that Secret, they can make sure that neither of these 2 cores from Tundra get a free game?
Tundra are magical the way they make space, especially for Skeeter, and I see 4 heroes that are pretty damn good at it. So let's see. I mean, they're the ones who know how to play versus the Nagasaren, so let's see if they can actually be put up to that test.
I hope for a 5-game finals. I hope these players are in here and really enjoying the moment. You know, I hope we get some good Dota.
Absolutely. Sort of final words, Seb. You know, coming into this for Secret, we saw them able to sort of keep the positivity high at the end of game 1. Do you think they're going to be able to do it again at the end of game 2, going into this game 3?
There's a reason why Puppy was in the finals 10 years ago and why he's there again.
Well, let's see what's going to happen here. We'll pass over to Slacks now. It's going to be with Bowie for some words before the game.
I am here with Owie 2000. Hello, sir. Potentially one more, my friend. Potentially one more. Are you guys feeling it in the booth?
Honestly, like, we had a talk, and our emotions are pretty level right now. We've worked a lot on not choking on land, so hopefully, you know, game 3 of TI finals.
Definitely a good time not to choke. So you guys, I saw a lot of comfort picks coming out here. You know, the Snake King Morana, the Pangoliers. So is that kind of the strategy, to just get those feel-good heroes, or do you think they're especially good in this draft?
I mean, we sort of early picked those heroes, so they're just sort of heroes that we think are strong and fit in versus their first couple of heroes. But we also picked Dusa because Skitter opened the Crimson Witness on stage. So I was like, it's time to pick the Dusa.
Yeah.
So
I think this might break it or make it for Dusa. She might get a nerf or a buff after this game. So which one are you hoping for?
For Dusa?
Yeah?
I feel like the hero's unpicked, unplayed, no? Like, I don't know if I've seen a Dusa this tournament, but I hope it works.
All right, well, we'll see if it works. Let's throw ahead and throw it to the casters for potentially the last game, game 3 of the grand finals.
The battle
Thank you very
begins.
much, Slacks. Yes, we'll see indeed. Our Tundra able to get the 3-0 sweep, or a Secret able to stop them in their tracks. First of all, though, before we get into the action, we've got some words behind the scenes from Puppy during that last draft.
They are afraid of your monkey, Remco. Feel the power. He remembers last game. But don't worry, new game.
Oh, there we go there. Puppy trying to sort of build spirits coming into this game 3. As they need everything here, Secret, to try and be able to turn things around against Tundra. 2 games now where there's just been a point where it seems all over. Tundra has just been all over Secret, closing up the games as they wish. Here, this game 3, indeed, as we talked about during the draft, a bit of a different approach from both teams.
Much different.
Tundra absolutely trying something completely different there. You know, obviously, Owie mentioning that, you know, cosmetics were a bit of an influence in terms of why Skeeter's running the Medusa in this match. But regardless, you've got to imagine they still pick it because they feel that it's going to have its strengths here. Something that other teams have not been able to find in any of the games so far here, this international.
Yeah, they probably feel like it can get to the scaling point, but the laning phase could be incredibly difficult. This is a very oppressive lane that Secret does have down here. And Morana, I mean, we've seen Snaking do fantastic work on it, but sometimes you just can't really protect these cores. There's a reason these Medusas and Clinks have not been picked too often. Their lanes can just get completely shut down. So let's see if Skeeter and Snaking are able to do it. Right away, we're seeing those immediate tangos. 4 or 5 of them are even passed off to Skeeter. He's going to have to bring more down from the harassment that's coming out.
Of course, one thing that's really feeling good for Secret, seeing already some action from it here down bottom. Zayat's getting his hands on the Marcy this game. One of the stronger heroes from the tournament.
They don't have one of those heroes that really benefits the most off of this sidekick. Usually you do see, like, when Tundra does try to pop for it, they have like 2 or 3 heroes they can throw this sidekick onto. Not really many on Secret where it's like, wow, amazing sidekick. Like, sure, the damage bonus on an Ember can be decent, but Nagasaren getting sidekicked up isn't really the best. So it's going to be more of just this ganking and Marcy in particular.
And do you feel a bit more comfortable overall with Secret's approach? You know, this game, Crystallis, playing what you could only describe sort of as a more traditional carry, right? It's not this Pudge or Bristol that's going to look to be forced to get involved at an earlier time. He can look to sort of take the game a bit more on his shoulders as a harder carry as the Nagasaren in this game 3.
Yeah, I mean, eventually like, he should be able to eventually definitely take over the map, and they do have those elements to be able to push and abuse those side lanes. It's very, like 702 was saying, it's like the script is shifted completely. It almost looks like a Tundra draft on the Secret side, except for the silencer. So it could definitely see Crystallis perhaps get to that point, but let's see if he's able to with the pressure that comes out, because Tundra said super oppressive, but looks like Skeeter, he's having a little bit of a rougher one, as we've seen Snaking actually getting a lot of last hits in this lane. 6 because Skeeter's being pushed off a lot than the rest of this.
I mean, that's, sort of something to be said there, at least Snaking making sure that not too much is getting missed from the both of them.
Yeah.
We'll see top. Puppey, just going to look to chase out Satcher a little bit. So she'll be fine and into the trees. I mean, mid lane, this time round, having the Ember Spirit here for Nisha. I mean, what's sort of your thoughts on this hero? I mean, she picked later on in the draft. Is this a game where Ember Spirit's going to have the luxury of the dark throughout team fights, or is there a few concerns for Nisha?
Definitely some limited disables on the side of Tundra. He could have a spectacular game. However, Ember at this tournament has been having some difficulties, of course, kind of committing into fights. You kind of just run out of steam at some point, it feels like, on this hero lately. So we'll see what he's going to be able to make of it. Top. Saksa
trying to trade with Puppey, but Chrysalis will step up, make sure that Saksa can't continue to stand his ground against the Silencer.
Now we see the build, of course, from 33. It's Axe Max, but also just he started with the Sage's Mask straight into the bats. He started some mangoes. It's typical approach from Tundra and just keeping the spam on. He sees top CS.
And sort of a secret, in terms of, obviously we talked about how Tundra can deal with the mid secret. For secret, how well are they going to be able to deal with 9 when he hits this point where he's coming in with those early rotations, heading to the side lane with the Rolling Thunder? Can they deal with the Pango's aggression?
He could be big problems. I think we have to watch for these globals, if he's able to catch it, like in between these rolls and stuff like that, how much Puppey's going to be able to do to catch this with the combination of Nisha. They do have burst damage to be able to just kill this Pango in some situations, so.
So far in the mid, Nisha. Decent bit of a lead here, 29-5 against the 21-2. Doing his best with a consistent slight spam here onto 9, keeping him low.
Both kind of doing the same thing to each other, keeping each other just at gankable levels. And it's a bit scarier, I would say, for the Pango. He actually has to go back to base because there's a Marcy. So whenever you're getting put low, you always have to expect this rotation to come in. So we do see 9 is forced back to base.
And we did see Zayach, indeed step over to that area, see if that opportunity was going to be had. Just 9 plays it smart.
As soon as he goes missing bottom, even for a couple seconds, they do have to be very wary of it. Thinking. He's got the trade. He's got 2 in Starstorm, too.
It's true. Zayach does get too low. Dude, Snaking will look to jump in and burst through him.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more hits, and he would have probably been able to go for it.
And looking at the bottom lane, it also was a bit of a slower start in the first few waves. Looks like Skeeter's able to pretty much catch back up here to him the amount of fun Rezo's getting out of this. 26 for 7, 23 for 6, and he's got this full wave coming in against him. I think Skeeter, despite the early pressure on him, have dealt very well with those first few waves, those first few lanes that they've had to match up against Secret down here.
They've been so good because of this Mirana, really. Like, Snaking's actually being able to bully and make sure that Skeeter's able to have a decent laning phase because these 2 points in Starstorm. He's able to trade with pretty much anybody. And here we see this rotation coming in.
He's already used the swashbuckle.
6.
And he has indeed hit the 6, and that'll mean 9. He's more than fine. In fact, trying to use that ult to set up a bit onto Nisha, but the Remnants are the ready. Nisha himself in the 6. 9's able to roll across, pick up that arcane rune. And Snaking and Saxa heading over to help. They're jumping with the rebound. And Zayach goes down. The Leaf will be able to turn over towards Nisha as well. But 9 will die for that effort. Maybe feeling a bit stronger than he was there, charging forward with the backup of his 2 supports. But 9 ending up losing his life off the back of that aggressive play.
Nisha does incredible physical damage right now. The corrosion and the blades of attack finished.
There's so much damage there.
Maybe
3 points in slide.
Yeah, maybe thought he was going to be a little bit tankier, and immediately they rotate in Zayach, they fill up the bottle, so looking to play around Nisha as much as possible.
So yeah, Secret showing that they can bring their supports mid as well. Sure that Nisha continues to have that edge in this mid matchup. Only about a 600 gold difference, a lead here for the Ember Spirit. Nisha playing it well so far.
I mean, that tends to be in the decision there, so Secret, they're going to be like, okay, no longer can we really pressure the Deucer early game. We're just going to look to buff up this Ember Spirit so he can be the one to kind of take over the map. Since Naga's now having her own free time, they're just going to be like, all right, Rezo, you're sacked for the moment. We'll deal with this Medusa later on. Still keeping the Silencer even around the mid lane.
$33. Looks like he'll give some of that top lane up to Saxa. 33 will start to clear a bit of the stacks. Prepared here in the triangle.
Yep, he's got his helm creep finished up too, so now he can look to actually pressure the lane. Once he's got this creep, he can go back up there.
Bottom lane, making a bit of an effort onto Skeeter. Man, they're starting to get pretty low here.
The arrow.
Damage resides in Resolution. Snaking on target though. Holds back Rezo. Limits the ability for Secret to continue to chase down Skeeter, but We're seeing heavy pressure now from these two, and it's going to become even more. Secret, they're bringing in Nisha to make the aggressive play down. Skeeter immediately out of the area, does not want to mess around when these sort of rotations come out from the mid.
The earlier ward that Snaking placed for to watch the rotations of the Marcy, actually this time catches the Ember Spirit, making the rotation down. So Skeeter, we've seen him, actually last game did the same thing. Got pushed out of lane relatively early, will go to jungle, and Snaking's going to sit in the trees and sap.
And it's this timing again, really. So this 8 to 9 minute window where both games, Secret, they have been allowed to get this early tier 1 tower. So once again, they'll get some good pressure on at the moment. Snaking, same position as last game, sapping the XP that he can. Over and Secret's up with the map though. Saxon's got a bit of a catch on to Crystalis.
He looks dead.
No, he's ready to jump in with the Rolling Thunder. That's Crystalis gone. So while Secret put the pressure on down bottom, Tundra make the most of that information to catch out Crystalis alone.
It's so much pressure. As soon as the Dominator's finished up on the Beastmaster, he's shoving the lane in. They're looking to catch behind, and yeah, Saksa, he finds it. Even now going to take away some of this jungle, take away the bounty rune as well. And look at Snaking. It looks like he's potentially maybe trying to drag a wave or something. Yeah, maybe try to grab that, but unable to because he's getting chased. Does mean that they're not going to get the bottom tower on the side of Secret, and top tower is going to drop to the side of Tundra. And Snaking, it's just space making. Oh, unless Rezo reads him.
Nicely done there from Rezo. Zayat's able to jump in and throw Snaking back into the clutches of Resolution. They'll get themselves a kill out of that Secret.
Oh, beautiful play from Rezo.
And see Nisha. He's diving in sort of pretty deep into Tundra's half of the map. Trying to really keep Skeeter on his toes. Make sure this Medusa doesn't feel too safe to farm. Even this sort of deep area on their half.
He's not really at risk of too much. Like, they have to bring so many heroes to kind of punish this Ember Spirit, so I really like the play from Nisha. He's just keeping this Medusa low, keeping him scared, because if a +1 hero comes in, it's a free kill every time. And now, with this, potentially able to take this bottom tower point, put it to Edict, so we'll be able to match that move from Tundra up top. 2-2.
10 minutes in. Similar to sort of the close start that we were getting at least out of the game 2 of this grand finals. Secret very much having their own strengths. Overall though, see top of the board there, 33. He's making the money on this Beastmaster.
We've seen this from him a lot on his Beastmaster, especially being top net worth when it was very popular. He was playing it so much. And we'll see now if there's going to be a play from Secret to look to invade the Ancient area, because that's kind of like the Medusa specialty, is farming these Ancients. In the past, most games with Tundra, they actually don't do this for Skeeter because he's usually playing with these illusion heroes. So let's see if they are going to look to punish him.
And sort of in comparison to the drafts that we have from Tundra in Game 1 and Game 2, would you sort of consider this Game 3-1 a little bit more vulnerable in these sort of early stages? Like Secret have a bit more of a chance of shutting them down early?
Yeah, absolutely. Medusa just takes some time before she wants to show up at all. So it does feel like they can look to be playing pretty aggressive, just have to really avoid Nine in particular. I mean, he's the big playmaker. If they can kind of
Nisha
move away from the Pangolier.
Let's see if he seizes the opportunity to go for Saxa. Sentry down though for Saxa now. He knows that Nisha's watching him.
Tough grab though. And Nine is still, I mean, really lingering in the back line.
Still wants to maybe do something.
He's got quite the flank.
It's a bit low on the mana as well. Went on too much to throw out here. There's the opening for Nine. In with the Rolling Thunder. They'll pop the global.
The creep takes the arrow.
And he won't quite connect, and now Rezo tries to turn, but the global comes to an end. Saxa turns for the combo. Avalanche toss to take him down. Resolution falls. But
he's fighting.
The backup of Nisha. Secret, they'll be able to take something in return. Oh, he's out with the sword when he goes for the TP. But Nisha will be able to dive in with the Remnant. Pick up a couple, maybe more. Chains are up. He has enough mana to stop the TP from Saxa. Puppy's here as well. They'll chase out the Tiny, surround him in the trees. It's a triple kill for Nisha.
What a play. Skills up the Searing Chains after he gets the kills. Immediately has enough mana to do it too. Beautifully done.
This is exactly what Secret need to be seeing from Nisha. They have to have him just step up to the next level, something that he has done before in some of the series here during the playoffs of TI. They need Nisha to be on top form and have a chance against Tundra.
And you see why they put so much emphasis on him in the mid lane. Fill up his bottle, do everything you can to make sure Nisha has this game so he can make that space for this Nagasaki now. Yeah, Crystal's free in the jungle, and they have a regen rune sitting bottom, so Zayat's, he's camping it for Nisha so he can keep his impact on the map. All about this Ember Spirit for Secret.
Skeeter really confident enough to step up in the mid. Secret, they'll definitely jump on this. They'll get him with the opening. They're taking out his mana. The damage has been done. A risky position for Skeeter to find himself in. Secret, they don't hold back at all at making that jump. They know that Medusa is in a completely dangerous spot, and it hurts. That's Skeeter out of the game for 20 seconds. Secret, they managed to put some pressure on the mid, and of course this is just continued gold and XP being fueled and funneled into this Ember Spirit.
Stone has the regen running, so he's full HP, full mana for this push. They can still have to fight if anyone does come in, and Tundra doesn't feel like they do want to fight here. It's dropping too fast. Big moves. Secret. And tons of space. Crystal is now able to rotate down towards bottom.
9. He's sort of keeping his eyes on Chrysalis, but of course in this area, out on his own. He's not able to sort of make any sort of move or aggressive play. At least not until he has the Diffusal Blade done. When that's there, he might be able to look for some solo action.
I was looking to see if we would see that build queued up also for Chrysalis, because I believe Nota was mentioning, I think it was Hector who did it actually in one of the games as Naga when he was playing, and he went with the Diffusal Blade, and it was very strong. So if he can opt to do that, if they even want to.
I think
the thing is though, do they even want to though? Because like the Medusa, maybe they don't feel like they even need it.
I mean,
how little this hero's been played.
You might sort of see the argument for just getting that Skadi
play normal
as soon as you can. Of course, Skadi's going to have incredible benefits from limiting the Medusa in these fights.
Secret this time around, really finding their footing. Now for Tundra, playing around 33 is probably the best option. Helm of Overlord is finished, so it is a big problem for Secret.
Resolution's pretty vulnerable as 33 opens up with a raw. Easy kill there for Tundra.
That's the big hero that they do have to watch out for. And yeah, snaking with these Moonlight Shadows, this has kind of been one of the biggest things that Tundra's been able to play around.
Yeah, you got to watch out for this Ember Spirit next fight. He's got his Maelstrom done and a DD in the bottle.
Oh boy.
You don't want to fight around this Ember unless you're guaranteed to have the lockdown. And of course, this is a point where Raw has been used. Nisha is going to be able to play with that timing in mind. Not too much that he has to threat when he turns up to these team fights.
And there's Global available too, so even if the chain stun comes out, like Saksa finds an avalanche, they can probably counter
strong.
it.
He's ready to go in chains. Followed by the global silence. See the Mirana. Snaking, try and get off to the side, but the slight's there. They take down both supports.
And they might even get the helm. They will.
Extra 250 gold, I believe, going the way of Resolution, so more money for him. That'll speed up the Bloodstone. It really is, you know, saw Nisha being able to step it up a bit more in game 2, but here in this game 3, his Ember Spirit so far so good here with these early plays. Aiming sort of on towards the level 12. Once he gets that item done after the Maelstrom, we'll see what it's going to be. If he feels he needs to get the BKB, play some sort of into some sort of safety for the next item. But at the same time, as we say, with sort of lack of lockdown,
he might not need it.
He can just build up that damage, continue to play aggressive.
I think he probably wants to look to play as aggressive as possible. The space for Chrysalis is amazing right now. He's just having the time of his life on this Naga Siren 2K lead. And Secret, they're still clustered together. The lanes are all in a good position for them, so they can just keep looking to fight. Even though they don't have global, this Ember's king.
Another catch here from Nisha. He's in with a slight chain. Bringing off to the side. They're going to dispose back onto Saksa, but Science and Puppy just gets shredded by 33 and his Dinosaur. As they're ready to see if they can catch more snakes. He's in with the arrow. Quick turn the slight chains. Nisha's just able to take him out amongst them on Tundra. They continue to get more. 9 rolls in, takes out Rezo. He's got his eyes over towards Nisha. It's pretty deep here. Up towards the tier 2, they'll continue to try and chase him, chains back up. Well, Nisha starting to sort of think there, a bit risky. He's going to get caught with the Nisha goes down! That's Tundra, they hit back hard, straight down the mid, they take out 4.
And now Secret, they're looking for the fight. They're like, we don't have global, we don't really care. We can still look to get this, but an avalanche from the high ground, I think catches, what, 3 heroes? Axes as well from the Beastmaster, catches multiple. Tundra in position perfectly to counteract Secret.
Yeah, as we've seen time and time again from Tundra this series, they know when to go. You give them any sort of opening, and they just go straight for it. And both supports taken out, and then they know it's their time to run down it. And it is this sort of timing as well. 33 for the most part. He's been getting so much fun out on his own. Now he's looking to play with the team. Set up action, roars back up, opens up on a Resolution. TPs are coming in, but Rezo gets burst here by 33 and Saksa. Tundra, they're really starting to get the ball rolling once again.
I-33 is just a monster. 3-0 and 3 every time he shows up. They're just at level.
Look at his farm.
He's level 14 as well.
So much pressure as well. 17 minutes in, this tier 2 starting to fall. Tundra, they're sticking around here on the aggressive against Secret. Puppy does have the global up.
They have to try to take out this 33 Beastmaster somehow. He's doing way too much damage. Chrysalis is still getting all the space in the world, but that is a pretty devastating hit. Losing Nisha like that.
Absolutely. We're going to get to see Chrysalis have an impact this game that he just hasn't had in the series so far.
Sure.
Both game 1 and game 2, he just never really got the farm, pretty much stuck at the bottom of the course. It will be a different story this time. So Crystallis, he'll absolutely feel a bit more powerful when those inevitable team fights occur that he has to turn up to.
That being said, also though, Skeeter has started to get ignored a little bit because of the moves Tundra's been able to counteract with Secret. He's got Manta. Now he can freely push out those waves without having to show his face. He can actually survive in most situations.
That's very true. I mean, as you said, on the Medusa, you're always going to have a tougher time opening up in this sort of game. And Skeeter, arguably, he's got through that tough spot.
He got through one of the tougher ones, and he's always going to have excellent Mystic Snake targets. You just throw that onto the Lesh in most situations, you get so much mana back in the fights. Secret have to be careful in these next few moments. Can't make another mistake like that. Gotta smoke up. Nisha's still having quite a bit of gold in the bank. 2,600.
See Snaking poke at the wave mid, but
Dire's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger than
is
that. They
under
want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find
blow
right
him
now.
up here with the combo. Straight in, but already 33's on the side. They find the chain.
Sasha's
That's
here.
to help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the roar onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. He'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But
Skeeter.
They want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight over the high ground. He's got the opening start on to Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still chasing.
And 9, he's ready to close in on Crystallis as the song comes to an end. Illusions back out for Crystallis, Snaking, jumps over the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. The curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be casted on the chase.
But now Roche.
Resolution's gone, 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
They're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter Tundra from committing to the Roshan, but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's gonna get punished every single time. Tundra is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now, with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're gonna look for their own battle with 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join, and he's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into them.
Sox has got Blink.
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppey. Puppey gets burst through. Rebound in from Zion, so towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't come in for now. Ooh! Rezo's actually going to end up tanking the Roar out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but onto the back lines. 9 straight in on top of Zion's, controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leaving Zion's no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo, jumps over the Swashbuckle, stun will connect though at 9, he's falling low, Nisha has the damage, they take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
They've got the curse on the 33, Rezo, on the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up, he's ready to chase, he's closing the ammo to the Beast Master, it's going to be another for Secret, triple kill
Big
for
kill.
Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight, jumps in with the toss, the Avalanche onto the 3 of them, they're taking out Resolution, there's going to be a buyback from Zayas. Secret, they're putting everything into holding this fight, keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
The dragon.
he's so low on mana, he hasn't really got much, but he's short trapped up on the high ground, he's got one more slide of
He's
finish.
burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
on the burn for the Dragon, 33, kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh, but they're going to get him out.
Is he really
They're
gonna
him
get
out.
away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to
my
live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha gets stuck in that little spot on
And
the ledge.
the Dragon, the burn, he feels it there.
And the whole fight, too. A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything in all these situations, too. Tundra, amazing at the way that they can reset from these fights. With Secret, they do get some big kills.
I mean, yeah, more. No, sure. Nisha dying at the end of it. I mean, look at his case, 10-2-2. He's still doing everything he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the noggin. They're almost able to get the Roar, but 33 unable to get it. It's the start there. I mean, crazy chases.
I mean, Skeeter being able to walk away as he did. Definitely going to feel frustrating there for Secret.
I mean, the way that they're able, just the reset, the constant reset and jump forward, the way they play around these cooldowns. Saxa, how many avalanche toss combos was he able to get in this one? How many axes did you see thrown out?
We'll see Skeeter about 2,300 gold away from the Skadi. If they couldn't kill him easily enough then, once he's got his next item done, he's going to be such a huge terror in these team fights.
Crystallis too, though, still getting big. The Orchid is finished. He also has a level of control, perhaps,
Tundra
to catch this Pango.
They're ready to make the move. They know Roshan's up. They don't want to head straight into the pit. They want to try and get a pick off first. Secret things up.
It's a
They're sticking
typical.
together, and now, you know, sort of keeping the timing in mind, knowing that the smoke from Tundra's probably come to an end. They might try and sneak a Roshan off the back of their own smoke, though, rather than look for a kill. They're straight into the pit. 33 shows bottom. They know that they've got a bit of space to go for this. The question is, can they do it fast enough?
It looks like they do with the unleash. It's about to drop down. Tundra do have the split push coming on, but yeah, this Roshan's
That's
gone.
a big move for Secret. A smart timing there with the smoke.
Now Rezo probably feels a lot safer. He can charge in, almost BKB done. He's going to be able to commit into those backlines easier.
Oh, lamang na ba? Lamang na.
Secret find themselves.
Tundra.
It's a pretty big window here.
Tower is under attack.
See what sort of the play is to be here from Tundra. A bit of a different position to what they've been in before in the first two games. You know, Secret having this first stages on resolution. And for the most part, very much has been the core that Tundra have struggled the least with taking down. Now he's got that Aegis. Tundra, they're going to have to think twice about how they go about these team fights. They're still going to try for it, though. They're in with the
Puppy showed his face.
Shadow 9. Quick burst onto Puppy.
What's that?
Caught out the Panga, but off the side, sides be caught by the Raw. 33 commits straight down, takes out Zayas, but Nisha's
Nisha.
in. That's 9 out of the fight, and Nisha, Crystallis, they're in for more. Diving over towards Saxo with the Remnant. Saxo.
Yun lang. Charot, ito tunay na lag.
Snaking poke at the wave mid, but
Dyer's
they want
top
something
tower
much bigger than
is
that.
under
They want
attack.
33's life.
This is the best kill
See
they
if they
can
can
find right
worm
now.
up here with the combo. Straight in, but already 33's off the side. They find the change.
Sasha's
Saxo's
here.
to help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the Raw onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. They'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But
Peter.
Tundra, they want to look to try and take this.
Naglolo ko.
Help out. Rolls back up. They turn with the Raw onto Resolution, holding back the Leshrac. They'll turn his attention over towards Saxa instead.
Here comes
But
Peter.
Tundra, they want to look to try and take this fight. 9 rolls up straight over the high ground. He's got the opening start on the Resolution. The roll continues, of course, through the song as Resolution's taken out.
They're still chasing.
And 9, he's ready to close in on Chrysalis as the song comes to an end. Illusions back out for Chrysalis, snaking. Judge for the Starstorm, trying to burst Secret down low. Curse kicks in onto 9, so no further spells available to be cast on the chase.
But now Roshan.
Resolution's gone. 33 as strong as ever, steps over into the Roshan pit. They were so close to maybe catching 33 by surprise, but they couldn't quite find the initiation off the back of the rebound.
They waited.
Oh, they're trying to poke at them here, Secret. Sort of deter Tundra from committing to the Roshan, but it's rough.
They waited a little too long, it felt like on the Global. Every spell got casted, and then Global comes out. The Roar and the Avalanche was already there to kind of let 33 get the distance. So Secret, again, they have to be careful with these mistakes. It's going to get punished every single time. Tundra is all at the ready to look for these fights, and now with Skeeter at the ready to fight, they're going to look for their own battle in 4 or 5.
Skeeter's ready to join in. He's got a point in the Stone Gaze as well. So ready to pop that ultimate. Stop Secret from being able to sort of take the fight head into the...
Sox has got
He's in with a jump. He gets the toss back. They'll get the quick pick onto Puppy. Puppy gets burst through. Rebounding from Zion, so towards Saxa. The Stone Gaze has been popped here, so Secret, they can't commit it for now. Ooh! Rezo's actually going to end up tanking the Raw out the back of one of the illusions. Rezo's going to attempt to run down Tundra with this in mind, but onto the back lines. 9 straight in on top of Zion's, controlling the Marcy. Good bounces here off the cliffs. Leaving Zion's no option to escape. 9 takes him out pretty much solo. Jumps over the swashbuckle. Stun will connect though at 9. He's falling low. Nisha has the damage. They take down 9.
Can they chase for more?
But the curse on the 33 Rezo. Pops the Bloodstone, getting that mana back up. He's ready. Secret triple kill
Big
for
kill.
Nisha. Only Skeeter and Saxa left here for Tundra. Saxa, he still wants to fight. Jumps in with the toss. The Avalanche onto the 3 of them.
Ba't ganun yung
But
live?
they're putting everything into holding this fight, keeping Crystallis safe. Nisha,
The dragon.
he's so low on mana. He hasn't really got much push off. He's sort of trapped up on the high ground. He's got one more slide of
He's
fish.
burning.
But Skeeter,
He's burning.
off the burn for the dragon. 33 kills him off. Skeeter will surely die here. Can they really get him out? Oh, but they're going to get him out.
Is he really
They're
gonna
get
get
him out.
away?
They can't close the gap. Skeeter's going to
my
live.
God.
He's going to live.
Oh, Nisha gets stuck in that little spot on
And
the ledge.
the dragon, the burn, he feels it there.
And the whole
They're
fight, too.
stuck.
A fight that lasts, I mean, what feels like almost 2 minutes. The Hawk is scouting everything. At the way that they can reset from these fights. With Secret, they do get some big kills.
Yeah, more thing he can here to hold on to this game against Tundra. But in these fights, Tundra's still able to take to sort of the next level once again in this game 3.
I mean, look at the start, too. The arrow does connect on the Naga. They're almost able to get the Roar, but 33 unable to get it. It's the start there. Crazy chases.
I mean, Skeeter being able to walk away as he did. Definitely going to feel frustrating there for Secret.
I mean, the way that they're able, just the reset, the constant reset and jump forward, the way they play around these cooldowns. Saksa, how many avalanche toss combos was he able to get in this one? How many axes did you see thrown out?
We'll see Skeeter about 2,300 gold away from the Skadi.
Ayan,
They couldn't kill him
Thanos,
easily
sa
enough
kanila nga. Ayan,
then.
ang
Once he's
dami
got his next
nagko-comment.
item done,
Dota is
he's going to
dead.
be such a huge terror in these team fights.
Crystallis too, though. Still
Tama
getting
naman
big.
itong
The
mga
Orchid is
to,
finished.
bro.
He also has a level of control, perhaps,
Tundra
to catch this Pango.
They're ready to make a move. They know Roshan's up. They don't want to head straight into the pit. They want to try and get a pick on first. Secret relatively prepared, though. The four of the grouped up. Rezo the one to be pushing out alone. TP on cooldown for 9 seconds. We'll see if he's able to get out of this area of the map in time.
They always have the Hawks scouting out, trying to get information. If they get the initiation onto one of the big heroes of Secret, it's going to be a really tough comeback. Even though they have Global, one of those heroes will probably die instantly if Tundra does get that drop.
We see sort of from Secret as well. They, Skeeter pushing out the mid lane as kind of aggressively as he was over on Secret's half of the map. Secret, I suspect that something's up.
It's
They're
a
sticking together, and now, sort of keeping the timing in mind, knowing that the smoke from Tundra's probably come to an end. They might try and sneak a Roshan off the back of their own smoke, though, rather than look for a kill. They're straight into the pit. 33 shows bottom. They know that they've got a bit of space to go for this. The question is, can they do it fast enough?
It looks like they do with the Unleash. It's about to drop down. Tundra do have the split push coming on, but yeah, this Roshan
That's a big move from Secret. A smart timing there with the smoke.
Now Rezo probably feels a lot safer. He can charge in, almost BKB done. He's going to be able to commit into those backlines easier.
It's about how they go about these
Secret find themselves a pretty big window here.
Try for it though. They're in with the smoke.
Puppy showed his face.
Talagang ganun eh.
Burst onto Puppy.
What's that?
Caught out the Pango, but off.
Umulit talaga. Umulit talaga.
Zayas be caught by the rock. 33 commits straight down. Takes out Zayas, but they're still going to try for it though. They're in with the smoke.
Puppy showed his face.
Shadow 9. Burst onto Puppy.
What's that?
Caught out the Pango, but off the side. Zayas be caught by the rock. 33 commits straight down. Takes out Zayas, but Nisha's in. That's 9 out of the fight, and Nisha, Crystallis, they're in for more. Diving over towards Saxa with the Remnant. Saxa trying to toss it back with the axe. Nisha, he's still got Remnants to play with. Closes the gap. 2 more kills for the Ember Spirit. Nisha now up to 12 kills here, 24 minutes in.
They get the initiation onto the 2 supports, but Nisha, Secret, they're all there at the ready.
Skadi na si Skeeter.
Yeah, this Aghanims saved the gold, got those big kills earlier, finished it up, another 3,000 gold for him too.
I mean, he's getting to play exactly the game as you sort of expect him to be able to in this sort of draft.
Limited
He's playing
control.
it perfectly. Nearly hitting level 18. He's got 3k gold in the gap in the bank, ready towards his next item.
And Crystallis is
He's a problem.
Crystallis is starting to get.
He needs help. It doesn't look like he's going to get up. Maybe that disposes every time. It's not enough. Nisha, see if he can get any sort of a cleanup. Jumps over the remnants. He's trying to chase down Snaking, but Secret, they've already lost 2. They'll lose sides as well. They'll take the fight around the mid, and they'll look for more. Over towards the chase onto Rezo. He's got the BKB, but Skeeter's in with the Skadi slow. Rezo got his more dead on Secret.
And Nisha, he's still got remnants to play with, should be all right. But the Root, will it catch him? The Roar.
They've got the Roar.
Do they have enough?
And it's the Hawks crashing down onto him. It's a little bit more, but not enough. Nisha still able to get away. I mean, lucky enough for him, 33 hadn't quite picked up the Hex. Next time around, the Hex, it will be there. 33's got it done.
But they just, in this fight, they just get the perfect wrap run. They stick on Chris, and nobody helps. He gets a global to kind of cover him, but nobody else is able to actually get him into a better position.
I mean,
they full focus him.
It very much was a case of just biting off a bit more than they could chew. You see, sort of the plan here from Nisha. He wants to jump to the back lines, try and look for the easier kills, and then off to the side, sort of this heavy attempt from Secret to sort of commit it. And try and help out Reza, get this kill on Saxa. All this sort of split focus means that Crystallis, he's got no help at all.
No help whatsoever. And they do have enough damage. If they're able to stick on him like that, they will always have enough damage to deal with this Naga Siren. Tundra now 4k lead. Right after we're saying that perhaps they could have some struggle, they find a beautiful angle, and now, like you said, the Hex is also finished up for 33. So for Nisha, he's actually got a much harder game in front of him.
He's got to be careful. I mean, he's got a little bit of protection, of course, with the status resist of the guy's now. He's just trying to get the Linkers off next. In the mid, they get the toss back into the arrow, into the Hex. They lock him down. Nisha's gone.
Oh, boy.
They
Instant
have
smoke.
the power to deal with him right now.
They're feeling themselves. Instant smoke. The Roar is still available. They want more. 70 seconds. He just spent the gold.
I mean, Secret, They definitely are going to be feeling it after the outcome of that last fight. They know that Tundra's got this lead against them. And there's got to be sort of that really concerning feeling just sort of deep in their gut. When you get behind Tundra, you struggle immensely to get a hold back at the game. It's something that teams throughout the entire TI have struggled to do. Trying to turn around against a lead at this point, against this squad. Only very few have even come close to being able to do so. Secret, they've got to do something miraculous to hold on to this game.
It's a huge death, too. Such a long time. The Ember Spirit off the map. You can see Secret's kind of stuck in their base. Crystallis is really being, I mean, pretty aggressive being down here. He can even get caught pretty easily if there's just like a Hawk scouting him. So he's really pushing the limit of his hero down here. And Roche, it's going to get scouted instantly. It's going to spawn, and they'll have a small window to actually go for it.
I don't know if Secret's going to want to do anything about this whilst they don't have Nisha.
It's going to die so fast as well.
It really will.
With 9, all that minus armor.
And Secret, you know, out of all the heroes, Ember Spirit may be one of the ones that could have gone for some sort of aggressive dive in to try and look for a steal.
It dies so fast.
It's so hard to do. Of course, Outpost under Tundra's control, so no real easy way for Nisha to get over here in time. Roshan gets taken ages into the hands of Skeeter, and Secret, they may have come too close to the pit already. They jump on the Puppy, they drop the Eondis. 9, in with the Rolling Thunder, locking Puppy down across the stairs. Puppy falls, and Zayats, he's got to run. He'll miss there, protecting from that first instance of the Skadi attack. And Zayats, he's still got no chance of running.
Oh, Rezo!
He's able to close on Rezo, gets the toss back. They take the Roche, they take the Aegis, they take 3 more kills from Secret.
It's the way that, I mean, they're fighting the Roche, right? They're killing it. They're like, oh, we got this. So they Moonlight Shadow, run out, and go for catch while they're doing the Roshan. Tundra just on another level every single time. The way they take every single approach, every single fight.
Yeah, Secret starting to crumble a little bit once more. They've got to pull themselves together.
But how now? Skitter, he's the one full critical mass. The Mjolnir's done. He's got Shard.
I mean, at the least, a Crystallis on the Naga side, you can continue to do this. Keep some of these lanes, split push out, cut the creep waves, limit the areas that Tundra's able to push in on, but already this top lane, it's hitting the tier 3s. Tundra, they're going to look to try and push on a high ground here.
And the big issue really for Crystallis is when is he going to be able to feel strong enough to get into a fight himself and do what Nisha's doing? He's 1, 3, and 2 on this Naga.
He's trying to get the axe here to sort of have that extra setup, but
will it be enough? Is it going to give him damage to actually walk into these fights? It doesn't feel like it. Tundra, they've covered all their bases.
And they're so strong now around this push. 3 minutes still on the Aegis. So much time to play with, where they can look to take so much from Secret.
Rex, it's just dropping for free. Nobody wants to step up. They're scared of getting tossed. He's got the Ags.
Taxa! He's in with the combo. They catch Zayats out of the side. The arrow connects as well. Swashbuckle won't quite clip him. Neither will the Axis, but 9 in with the Rolling Thunder. Finishes off Zayats. Over towards Crystallis now. The Global Silence holding back Tundra's aggression for now.
But they're not able to make anything of that Global.
Secret will keep their distance throughout the remainder of this Rolling Thunder from 9. 30 seconds without their Zayats Marcy.
Another toss.
Saxa. The setup down to Crystallis. The pull-up Hex as well. He's been locked down. They've got to get Crystallis back to safety. He's walking back to the fountain. They'll be able to allow Crystallis to reset, but the damage is done. The racks have been taken out. Rezo, he tries to come in, but he gets too close. Rolls up. Rezo's out for 70. No buyback for the Leshrac.
They can't kill anybody during the Global. They're just on full retreat. Secret starting to look impossible.
It just doesn't stop it from Tundra. Once they've got a hold on the game, it's just this immensely tight grip. You cannot stop them. 12k lead.
All it takes is one fight, really, from Tundra. We saw 28 minutes, right? Things were kind of even, and then kaboom. They find absolutely everything they needed. And now Secret, they're pretty trapped. They've got the Lincolns now for Anish, but as we said, where's the damage going to be coming from? Everyone on Tundra's feeling a bit too tanky with all these new items coming out.
And just, you know, as always, you got to really point back to sort of how impressive it is for Tundra to do with this last pick, Medusa, something that no one else was doing, something that was, by the sounds of it from Al, he sort of picked on a bit of a whim. Skeeter, he got the new Crimson Witness for it. He wanted to play it. It's looking pretty darn fantastic. It's up there at the top.
And they see Nisha.
And they get that opening.
They got the chain stun.
The Global's going to be popped. Can he get him out in time? They can't. The lockdown's there.
He spent his gold on the Lincolns.
Oh, he's out for 80, and Zayats also found. Secret, they are crumbling, falling apart once again in this game 3. Tundra, they just know how to break you.
And they just know how to play with this vision, right? The Hawk, this time around, it always seems to be scouting.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I believe they also now, that was the gem that they just picked up, gave to Nisha, and he didn't last with it for very long. Now it's on the Beastmaster. A full refresher, also, this Beastmaster, 33, a menace this game, 12, 1, and 16.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's so much pressure on
at
Crystallis
Snaking.
right now to just try and keep this game going. Resolution as well, they're doing everything in their power here. Secret to just cut these waves, push them back out. Good call there with the BKB TP out. That BKB didn't come. Resolution was dead for sure. He gets himself back to base. Secret, they're trying the best to prolong the game, buy time for Nisha to get back in, and that will certainly be the case. He'll be back up in 30. So Secret, at the least, despite this incredible lead that Tundra's starting to grow against them, they were able to hold them off, give themselves another chance. But each and every time, that chance becomes slimmer and slimmer.
I mean, the Rapier is queued up for Nisha. He's really starting to feel it. And, I mean, Crystallis, he's got the Bloodthorn queued up. Perhaps this could be some solution to be able to focus fire some targets, but
he's got
Tundra,
a lot of money towards it.
He does. Tundra just, they're just playing so well off each other, protecting each other with Lotus Orbs, 4 stabs, etc. They have so many, 9 snaking both with those Lotus Orbs. So even if someone does get focus fired either from a net or from that Bloodthorn, they'll have ways to bail them out, as we've seen them do time and time again. And now their base, right? The base is just being shoved in constantly. Tundra always going to be able to shove those lanes in.
So much damage. With the Bloodthorn, the aggression, you know, the offensive items, the defensive items, the Lotus ready to bail Skeeter out many dangerous spots. They have everything to just sort of empower this Medusa, allow Skeeter to just enter the front of the fight. And it will be so tough for Secret to take Skeeter down at this stage.
And they're even starting to get, you know, these tier 4 neutral items, so Global starts to get addressed as well. All these dispels, Tundra continue to stay as a unit. Secret continue to be trapped.
Puppey. Just gonna try and come out, maybe get a bit of vision, a bit of information, and to take the outpost back, or at least tease with the idea.
Risky.
Take us.
Still a little smoke.
Oh, do they see it? Someone pings.
I mean,
They want the bigger target.
they've got themselves on top of Nisha.
Uh-oh, jumps left. They're pinging it.
I mean, his TP's on cooldown. That was put to a stop there by the jumper Saxon, so he has to make his way back to the base with a few remnants, but of course he's still got many to play with that Aghanim, so he'll be fine. Secret able to get everyone back to the base, but indeed Global's down. Maybe a bit of an opportunity for Tundra to once again try and take this game to the next step, look to push down for another set of barracks. We'll see how much they want to force it.
I think they're kind of on chill mode until Skeeter hits 25. If someone walks into them, they can look for the fight, but Skeeter, it unlocks a whole new potential of the hero when you hit 25 on this Dusa, especially versus this Naga.
I mean, it's true, and sort of the big thing that's standing out as well is just sort of the levels. You know, Tundra, they're able to get so much XP from the map from these kills. Skeeter just about to hit level 25.
Yep.
Meanwhile, for Crystallis, of course, all of his farms pretty much done by the illusions, split pushing out the map, still stuck on level 19. Still a ways to go before he's really going to be feeling in a position to be able to stand his ground against the cause of Tundra in the team fight.
And a ways to go, really. Zayats, you know, he was getting close to BKB, what, 12 minutes ago or something? He still doesn't even have it done, so the scaling for them has completely stagnated. While for Tundra, it feels like all of them are scaling more and more with these small little items to protect each other.
Not really sort of any easy target that, even with the BKB on Zayats, that he can sort of just commit in on with the Unleash.
No.
They've got ways to kite him out. Zax has got the items, Blinks, Forces, Yules.
And multiple ways to get that dispel, as we see. Witchbane's done, or Witchbane's picked up from the Medusa, and they did, I believe, have the Stormcraft on the Tiny, so yeah, ways to just reset away constantly, which has been kind of the bread and butter for Tundra. Resetting, retaking fights over and over again. And 25 now. Medusa, Skeeter, he's got the talent. So they're ready for their fights if anything comes to them. Playing it safe probably though. Final game perhaps for them. Playing around this Roshan timer, it's soon to spawn.
That's it, exactly. They can taste that victory.
Yep.
They know how close they are to claiming that Aegis of Champions. Every single time we see Tundra take the safest route out. They do not let these leads slip away. And they're going to do everything to make sure that nothing changes from that in this all-important Game 3.
It's got to be frustrating for Secret at this point, knowing that they can't make any move outside, but at the same time also, if they give up the Roshan, they probably just know that there's no way for them to bring down this Medusa twice.
So the big item pickups that they are going to require is Crystallis getting his next item done. It's going to be opted for the Nullifier after Bloodthorn, so some further aggressive sort of setup that they can play with.
Hard for him still just committing into these fights at this point. Tundra just has so much to deal with him.
Radiant
Going out with a smoke. They try to get in there with the jump on a 33, see if they can take down this big spot before we get in the roar. They're in on top of the Resolution 9. He's got him pretty deep here to try and chase down Puppey. Still with a bit of time there for the Rolling Thunder overboard. Resolution did buy back for this. He's able to sidestep the arrow in time. 9 out with the swashbuckle. Secret, they'll look to chase, but the pinch there before the slide fist connects. He's out to safety 9. Now I want to get back in. Saxa in with the top go on the side. This is one we locked down. Nisha out for 100. As Tundra, they'll chase him down. Rezo gone without buyback. It's only Puppey and Chrysalis.
And the arrow.
The arrow's there. Tundra catch him out. They're ready to run down mid. There's a lack of buybacks on Secret.
Secret felt the need. They had to chase to try to get more of the Beastmasters dead, but they get hit with an onslaught.
No buyback on Resolution. And Nisha, he's 200 gold short. There's Tundra.
They're going to try to get some wrap
They're going to
Tundra.
some sort of surprise, but it's 2 against 4.
Dire's middle barracks.
As this push is not stopping.
Tier 4's dropping.
They've got
Secret.
a fortification, but still such a long time without Resolution, without Nisha, a full minute.
And the creeps are coming in top. They can't even cut the waves.
As the tier 4s, Tundra, they're pushing on. Secret, they've got to make their move now. It's going to be now or never. If they want to try and stop Tundra.
They gotta just run in.
And they've got to do something. The ancient
Ancient's dropping.
Tundra, they're looking to end inside. Jumps in, but immediately to his death. Crystallis has got the illusions out, but he's surrounded. Taken out. The ancient is exposed. They're looking for the game. Tundra, they're on the ancient. There'll be a buyback for Crystallis, but surely there's nothing.
He's just getting control.
Nothing to be done here from Secret as Tundra. They're closing it up. The ancient in full.
Oh my god.
Tundra have done it. The 3-0 clean sweep today against Team Secret here in the grand final.
What an unbelievable storyline. Undefeated. Tundra, unbelievable.
And the way they did it, it truly feels like both this team, they've cracked the code, they've solved Dota.
They broke
Their
it.
approach every single time, they're unstoppable.
Even when they get their heroes taken away, they always have some type of substitution. Every single player piggybacking off each
Look at
other.
them go.
Unbelievable. Snaking.
Tama sinasabi ko, sayang ang islat.
26 teams in 10 years, and he finally claims it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the TI 11 champion.
Tuwa ako para kay Saksa kasi matagal na siyang player champion din siya sa wakas.
Incredible moments here. As you said, a team that's worked so hard throughout the year. They've had their highs, they've had their lows, but they come in at their best when it matters the most here at the International Fog.
Last year, they weren't able to make it this year. They proved everybody, they proved to everyone how good they truly are.
It's incredible play across the board. Some of these players, you've seen them time and time again over the years, as you said, through different teams. I mean, a lot of them individually, the other pros, they've always known that these players, they've had it in them. They've had it in them to get this far, and not only get this far, but to completely crush their opponents in this grand final. Secret, they got closer and closer from game 1 to game 3, but it was never close enough. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Tundra.
Galing ng Tundra, parang 3 years, ano pa lang sila, 3 years old na team. Bago pa lang yan Tundra eh.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the winners of TI 11, Tundra!
GG.
Oh my goodness, great. Oh, snaking.
Shout out
The
Andrew
lost
James
son of Salamene, and his last hero. Any words for everyone out there? You've been waiting so long. It's all yours, buddy.
I want to thank everyone for coming here and supporting us and watching this grand final. We wouldn't be here without you guys.
Nawala yung LGD. Nawala yung Spirit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And I want to give a special shout out to Pierre and all the people who have supported me along the way. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. An incredible
medyo
show.
boring.
Well done. Well done. Oh, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ski God here, my friend. Good to see you. I'm sorry, I'm caught up in the moment. Now, you heard about Dota from TI2. You watched them on this stage. Well, now you've broken the records. Now you're on the stage. How does it feel, my friend?
It's surreal. I don't know.
Binigay
I'm
lahat ng
trying to
hero
like
niya.
still digest all the emotions. You know, it didn't really come to me yet, but it's fucking crazy.
Chaos Knight.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, give it up
Bigay
for
talaga lahat eh.
Woo! Hello, my friend.
Oh, ito mga pinakamagaling.
Oh yeah, soak that in. This is your first TI. Any advice out there to anybody who wants to do what you just did? Because you just became the inspiration to an unknown amount of people that will always be looking at you, the man who made it happen. What do you have to say to the future of the Dota 2 fans?
Get good.
May pag-asa
Get
back-to-back
good!
Back-to-back.
Okay. I need this, man, if you can. Thank you so much. Sascha,
Yeah,
it has been 6 years.
6 years
You
na
came
siya.
in second place last time. I know you've been dreaming of this moment. Tell me, how does it feel now that you have accomplished it?
I mean, it doesn't feel like still real. Like I'm still trying to understand what just happened. So it's like, I don't know. In my mind, it's like I can't even believe it still.
Oh, okay. Audience, is this real?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, my friend. Where's the last one? Brea made the 33. Where'd he go? Hey, you get over here, sir. You've earned it. Many consider the VIP of the tournament, the MVP of the tournament, if you will.
Easy Bugatti
33.
to.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up!
43.
You said many times before you were searching for the right team to make your Dota ideas be true. You were looking for the right squad to make it happen. It seems you found it, sir. Any words that you'd like to say to your teammates and everybody watching at home?
Just so happy. Everyone did such an amazing job this tournament, and it's the best feeling.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Tundra!
GG Bet.
Your winners
GG
of the
Bet.
International, baby! One of the best years of Dota that we have ever seen. The greatest. Lift
next
of the
year sa
ages.
Pinas
One more
naman.
time. Give it to the fans. Incredible Dota. One more if you can. Here we go. And get together, lift it up. Tundra Esports!
Congratulations, Tundra Esports, head and shoulders above the rest. I do not believe I've seen such a dominating performance in all the TIs. Snaking, 33, Saxka, Skidder, and 9. And I love the fact panel. Hello, panel.
Hello.
Hello, Team. Hello, Sheep. Hello, Lizard. I love the fact that all the family there with the players came to support, lifting the Aegis. What a moment.
It was an incredible run from Tundra, right? The fact that they haven't lost a series at all throughout this entire TI. They basically dictated how people should be playing Dota. They were miles ahead. Everyone was trying to chase and catch up as each series progressed, but no one could get to their level, and yeah, a dominating 3-0.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream of every single Dota player. Anyone that's ever played this game remotely competitively, lifting up that Aegis, getting your name on the back, it's, yeah. 33, like a few years back, he's in my team flaming me for some stupid build. Here he is now, like, just carrying the Aegis around. I don't know. I'm speechless.
I'm so happy for them. Honestly, genuinely, like, listening to any of these players talk, they care so deeply for the game. Like, these are the guys you should always be rooting for to win and achieve their dreams and go as far as they want. Like, they deserve this from their mentality throughout the whole year, how much they cared, boot camping fully through the DPCs. Like, they wanted this, and it actually finally paid off.
It has, and they say, is it a dream? They're not sure. They know it's real. I'm sure it will have to sink in, but this is the thing with, you win a TI.
Did you hear the crowd, James?
I know.
I think it's pretty real.
It is real, but even at these moments, you can see.
It's proof that hard work just pays off. Like, think about this team, the amount of work that they've put in, like Sheep mentioned, like Lizard mentioned. They've gone through so much, and they've been boot camping the entire time. They've gone through, from being favorites in majors to crumbling out. And then be able to self-identify those problems, work on them, and then get to this TI, get to this run. It's just, again, it's one of the most memorable runs in just dominance.
Yeah, you know what's cool is that, like, back when this team was signed by Tundra, like, Skidder got on their YouTube channel, talked about it. He said, I want to leave a legacy. I want to be remembered as one of the best in my role. Like, that was what he wanted, and he has proven it so hard. This entire event, this series, every single game, this guy is just miles ahead, playing his heroes to perfection into 100 million counters. It doesn't matter. He pushes his heroes to the max, and I'm just blown away. I'm so impressed, and I'm so happy.
And here they are, walking off the red carpet with the Aegis, their names soon to be added. And of course, make sure you stick around because we will be having the winners on the late game. If you're in the arena, you will be able to hear more from our champions. And well deserved. As tall as them.
Look at him. He's a giant. He's a lovely walking giant.
Yeah, Pia and Flax will be hosting the late game, as mentioned. And I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait to hear from them. You know, once they kind of settle down, we'll see, you know, what they're really going to have to say about that, you know, best of... Well, it wasn't a best of, it was a best of 5, but winning it in 3 games. Welcome back to the panel. We're here. We're just flabbergasted, honestly. There's never, I haven't seen a run so strong like this. They lost, I think, 1 map total.
In the playoffs, they lost 1 game to Secret, and then in the group stage, they had a couple draws, I think 4 draws, but just the confidence from this team, and like, Skidder just played Medusa, right? He got the Crimson, Ali mentioned, he gets the Crimson, he wants to play Medusa. He hadn't played Medusa for 5 months competitively. He comes into the Grand Finals, Game 3, looking to lift that Aegis. He gets a little bit of RNG on his side, and bam, look at him.
I think it's James, our best analyst at the panel, that said it doesn't even matter anymore what carry they pick. At this point, they play as such a unit, like they are one. You said it as well, Tiga. They're just one. They just move across the map so well. Their team fights are immaculate. The 4 staffs, the playmaking, everything just works out for them.
Yeah, I think like any criticism of by Wraith Pack Go is just such an oversimplification of the technical aspect of this team's play. Like on a micro and macro level, Tundra are just 300 steps above every other team at this event. Like their abuse of vision, positioning, and map control is just far beyond. Like the way they've used the Hawks in that game, for example, always being able to like start these fights so precisely with 9 on his Pango.
And these players, they're just throwing one problem after another at you. Like you have 33, the micro god on the offlane. You have 9 playing, I don't even know, from Grimstroke Kotl back in the day to now Tusk on the mid lane. You just can't control them.
It's as if like they also have this like sixth sense where in the game, when there's an opportunity for the enemy to find a pick-off, they're already ready. It's like 33 in this game. Like he's Beastmaster farming the triangle, they jump him secret, it looks like a free pick-off, and then bam, they're already there. So the speed that Tundra play the map, they find the ways to push the lanes in, but also just know exactly where their opponent is. It is a product of pushing the lanes, gives the information. Like I always mention this so many times. So I'm looking forward to how teams, after they've listed this Aegis now, they're going to have to go into these replays, study, because as soon as the DPC starts again, a lot of
they're
teams,
going back home to study right now?
No, I mean, all the teams in the world right now are looking at Tundra going, how have they just basically changed the way that we play Dota? Not many teams play like this, but this is going to be the meta. Unless there's some major big patch, spoilers, there's going to be the Tundra style of Dota going into the next DPC.
And I think, like, kind of building off what you said, Lizard, they are free thinkers. It's like they describe themselves that way because they don't limit themselves by what's good in the meta. You talked about the heroes that 9 can play, but you also have Snake King bringing in this Mirana Pos 5 to this tournament, being the only guy doing it, making it work, making it his own. I mean, you have 33 on his offlane too. Like, he was the guy playing Darkseer into Enchantresses because he was innovating with his own build with the Orchid. Like, throughout the year, throughout their careers, these players do not limit themselves. They keep pushing, they keep building things, making stuff their own. This is something that you can't steal from them. You have to really just embody their spirit to make it work.
Yeah. I believe that they reformed and they just fundamentally changed the game. 4 and a 5 after this tournament, it doesn't exist.
I'm so happy to see also Snake King got to lift the Aegis there for his team. His team kind of stood and was like, go for it. And he was the player that mentioned he's been playing Dota for 15 years. To lift the Aegis after 15 years. What a moment for Snake King. And totally deserved it. Like, you know, as you mentioned, everyone on their team was a threat. There wasn't, you can't name an MVP, I think, of Tundra.
They have so many layers to their team. If you shut down one player, the next player is going to step up, right? Like you think about the heroes in that previous game, you've got Saxo on the Tiny with the tossbacks, you've got 9 always getting the rolling thunder off during these sleeps, so you can't just disengage from the fight, you can't just TP out. And then you have just Skidder, the confidence of Medusa, but again, not playing it for 5 months. Game 3, yeah, let me just play it, boys, I got a Crimson. So yeah, just confidence on layer on layer on layer.
How real do you think that was? Let's be honest.
Very real.
Just believe it, James. It's TI, okay? Please,
I actually do believe it. I believe that it was like, hey, Skidder can play whatever he wants. We'll make it work. They were that far ahead, in my opinion.
Find out on the late game show with Piri and Flags.
Look at that. This guy.
There you go. Gotcha.
Host. It was a good segment.
Yeah.
So we should check back into the arena. We want to see more with what's going on after this Tundra Esports win. So let's send it over to Slacks.
Hello, everybody. I am here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. I am here in the crowd, my friends. Everybody had a fantastic time. But we just want to say thank you, everyone in the crowd, so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Wonderful hosts, wonderful people, wonderful Dota. And from all of us here at the arena, thank you for watching the International 11. Pretty good stuff, huh?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! All right, don't go anywhere. The late game show is coming up, but from all of us at the arena, all the staff, all the production, all the players, we thank you guys so much for joining us at this monumental event. It was a hell of a good time, and we'll see you next year, right, everybody? Yeah! All right, back to you guys at the panel. Bye. Goodbye.
Thank you, Slacks. Oh, I'm going to miss the Singapore arena. They were awesome.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, that was.
They were very nice and respectable.
Yeah, Singapore was great.
They were awesome. Yeah, no, I'm so glad that Singapore got a TI. But also, we should break down the game a little bit more, because I'm still confused. And that's why we've got Purge.
That's right, James. I got the key. I know why Tundra won TI, why they were better than every other team. People talking about damage mitigation. I know we're going to have to do a little bit of math here. I know it's not everybody's favorite subject, but it's very important.
Okay.
Wraith Pact reduces all damage dealt by 30%, where that's right off the bat. If you pair a Mage Slayer with that, it means you're only doing 45% of your normal damage. So when you pipe your team immediately after that, the pipe is blocking 850 damage on everything on your team. Illusions, creeps, heroes, that's a huge amount of damage. And who's the hero of the tournament? It's Leshrac. Tons of AoE damage. He wants to spell lifesteal off that, but now he's doing block damage, less damage. It means he's doing no damage, not surviving. He dies. That's why Tundra's not scared of him. Then on top of that, it gives a pipe order to your team, and then there's more magic resist. You're doing 29% of your normal damage. That's nothing. Normally you're doing like 75. So much less, right? That's the mitigation. And then that's what they understood. They understood that it's a lifesteal patch. It's not just spell lifesteal, it's also regular lifesteal. Vlad's upgrade, Wraith Pact got buffed. It went from 18 to 24% physical lifesteal against heroes. So their carries always benefit from that. And even if they're not doing magic damage, they still get lifesteal from attacking. So all of these things layer in like 4 different ways so that they know that every single time that they take a fight, they're just going to win it because they always pick offlaners that have Wraith Pact, and they adjust their carries depending on the enemy heroes. They pick Naga Siren thinking like, oh, AoE magic damage is a counter. It's not. When you abuse Wraith Pact, Mage Slayer, and the pipe, they live longer, they basically get everything they want, and they can always beat their opponent's counters. That was the thing that they had up on every single other team in this tournament, was knowledge of how those mechanics can be abused, and they abused it to win this TI, without a doubt. That's why they won.
Right.
Yeah.
You got that, right?
I understand.
Thank you, Purge.
Yep.
Thank you, Purge. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Purge.
No problem.
I took notes. What did you?
My notes was very simple. Just Tundra good.
Tundra good.
Tundra good.
I got 850 damage, Leshrac a horse, 29%,
40%
AoE damage, and then I got get good, which is the quote from 9.
Yeah, I'll score like 9 out of 10 for those notes. Good job, mate.
Ha, that was funny. That was hilarious.
But yeah, like
Thanks.
when we actually look into the amount of work that Purge put into that, the crazy thing is, that's what Owie does. Like, if you were watching, the Purge segment and actually trying to write it down or thinking about it and keeping up, which unfortunately me as a host wasn't able to do, this is what Owie brought to the team. He is really like, you do this, we layer this, and this is what we bring to the table.
And it's just the way he thinks. Like, he's not going to go into the grand finals and say, let's ban Lash in that first stage. No, he's going to find a way to counter it. And even though they don't play it, they're not afraid of Flash because they found the right ingredients. The Mage Slayer, the pipe, the Wraith Pact. Suddenly, Nisha, the guy who's been owning every single team with Leshrac, does absolutely nothing in fights.
Yeah, and we should really talk a little bit about Secret. Still an amazing finish. Their performance throughout the tournament was immaculate. They lost only to Tundra in the main stage, but they lost, of course, twice and in the grand finals. And Puppy, I was kind of saying, like, you know, it's hard to teach old Puppy new tricks, but he took the Naga, but it didn't work out for him in game 3, and that felt like it was their big chance. The new trick being taken from Tundra's playbook.
Look, we knew that he had to come second. Last year he was third.
Yep.
This year he's second. Next year he wins. So don't feel too bad. His time will come. And, you know, like you said, props to him. He did talk about how hard it is to kind of keep up this level of play throughout all these years, and he just keeps managing to do it. So I hope he never retires. I kind of want to see just how far he can go on for.
Low-key, I was hoping for him to take it, because maybe that would force Notil and Seb to come out of retirement. You know, now you have the 2-2, now you have to get 3, you know, you're no longer special.
Yeah, but it's still, as you say, it's an amazing performance, not only by him, but also the team. But the fact that a lot of people can stay on top of the game for a couple of years, maybe 3, 4, 5, but Puppy has been, you know, he's improving with age, so
fine wine.
Yeah,
No. He peaked early. He won TI early, and
yeah, well,
it's been a roller coaster, but on a good trajectory right now.
No, I'm just messing around.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. He's an insanely good player.
Yeah, and then, of course, you know, going back to Tundra, we're going to be wrapping up a little bit here just in a moment, but of course, we are waiting for the late game, so make sure you stay around for that. A couple of first players TIs. Skitter. I believe I saw his mum lift the Aegis.
There was a lot of people on that
There
stage.
was a
I was
lot of
trying to
people
pick
lifting
out
the Aegis.
who was in there.
That's also something. There was just so much support around them. It's never the players themselves that make it, right? Obviously, you put in a lot of hours into the game, you love it, you play it, you try hard. But then again, you need to be in the right environment. Like, you need to have the family, the friends that support you, that actually push you towards your goals.
Yeah, and here are the winning moments.
I love the fact that, you know, they win TI and 33 is the one jumping around. Everyone else is like, yep, that was a nice game, guys. And that's why I think the support network, it really comes in, because they're so zoned into the game. The friends, the family, they're going to be able to kind of go, guys, you actually just won TI. They're going to be able to bring them back into kind of reality, because they have been so zoned in. I don't think I've seen a TI winning team win TI and look that calm. That is what's so scary. They've built such a system around them that if they can just continue this system, like, they're going to be able to deal with any patch, any play, any pressure now, because you've won TI with such confidence. Yeah, I am so looking forward to the future of Tundra.
What about Puppy, by the way? He didn't look that sad.
He actually, there was a tiny clip just when the two teams won, and he was smiling. Yeah. Because that man loves his Dota, and he was like, you know, they outplayed us. They took it. And, you know, he gives a lot of respect to all his opponents. And, of course, I think that team, though, I loved the amount of energy that Team Secret brought here at the International. Rezo, in his interviews, is just, you know, I think having someone like that in your team really can just bring you up just because of his energy and just how happy he is to be there. And also somewhat amazed. They came from, you know, even though they came second, they still came from the last chance qualifiers, Team Secret. That's huge.
Yeah, you've seen their development, how much better they've got. Like Crystalis, his improvement throughout this entire TI has just been in massive, massive leaps. And if this team chooses to stick together, I think like what they can learn from this TI, everyone's praising the map control and micro-macro of Tundra. Puppy's very good at learning. He will be able to like look through these replays, figure out what is so good about it, and then start to apply it to his own team. The same way that when they lost to Entity, he took from that and learned and got better, right? So I think that as long as his captainship is there, I believe this team can continue to be incredible throughout the year.
When we say about learning,
yes,
I don't want to be rude.
Okay.
But well, actually, I can't be rude because we're going to be wrapping up.
Okay.
Last words.
Oh, yeah. See you next year, James.
It's the cliffhanger. Last words for TI here at the panel.
Dota is a beautiful game. Thank you for sharing this moment with me. Thanks for coming back, Too Good. Yeah,
thanks for coming back. Honored to be here once again. Like TI, it's a dream of every Dota player.
Thanks to my I love my panel. Guys, I'm sorry. It's emotional moment.
She's emotional.
Congrats on surviving the Brit panel, Lizard.
Thank you very much, Sheep, Lizard, and T-Governor. And thank you as well for tuning in at home. But please stick around. This may be the end of the panel, but we'll be going to the late game, and it's Tundra Esports that are the champions. They will be sat down with Pyrion and I'm sure Slacks. This has been the International Dota 2 Championships. We'll see you next time.
going to be torn down, believe it or not. Well, just the inside bit. Don't worry, the stadium will still be here. And I'd like to say thanks to the crew who put all this together and make it all happen. And another bunch of people, they don't need applause, they're used to it. Another bunch of people, I'm going to sit amongst them right now that make this really, really special. Are you and me, Jake.
Hey, how's it going? Man, what a motley crew of psychopaths they gave us over there. There's a homeless guy over there. He just came in from the crowd.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
What are you doing?
You invited me. You know Shannon's right. I should never throw a guest under the bus. Shannon, thank you for rousing yourself from your hotel room, stumbling down here at the last minute after messaging me, am I on this show or what? And then coming on. I really do appreciate it.
You know, communication's not your strongest suit, Pyrian, but I'm very happy to be your guest. Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to have you. I thought your casting this year was top draw, really.
Thank you, Pyrian Flax.
And I really, really enjoy Ability Arena. I think it's fantastic.
Thank you, friend.
There you
Not
go.
good enough for finals, but it's all right. Okay, that's all right.
Cap, before I come to the duo that cast the final, how did you find this TI? I thought your casting with SVG this year was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, thank you, Ted. Yeah, this TI was fantastic. I mean, just being able to, there were so many great games that happened. I know this ended up being a 3-0 finals, and I'm sure people really wanted to be able to see 5 games, but throughout this entire tournament, I think there have been so many fantastic games that we managed to watch. A lot of memories came through, and well, a lot of cool storylines came out of it as well.
There were a lot of cool storylines. I think this was one of the Dota sort of events I've been to that had the most storylines, whether it be players retiring or second chances, third chances, don't you think?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm just smiling because I know that Cap has been trying to show off his shoes for this entire event. And he only
Jake keeps on making a big deal out of my shoes, and I'm not.
To come on to show off his cool shoes. So, fantastic shoes there, Cap.
My shoes.
Looks really good.
Let me get a look at those.
This entire time.
Sorry.
Jake has just been smiling at me like a psychopath.
Let me get a shot of Cap's shoes,
Show the
please.
shoes!
Get a real close-up. Look at these. Turn one sideways. Turn one sideways like this. Like a catalog model. No, not like that. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's really just like a model.
That's
just
great.
like a model does. Really cool. Really
Thank you. That's what you brought me on for. Do I have to speak anymore? It's just...
No, shut up.
No,
Okay,
you're
sorry.
good. You're good.
Why didn't you ask to see my shoes?
Can we see your shoes, please, Shannon?
Show the shoes.
Show. Oh, wow.
Woo.
They wouldn't let me wear flip-flops, I'll be honest. I tried.
Okay.
Nice
and
leg
show
hair,
us
though.
your feet. No.
No.
Yeah,
No.
here we go.
Do you hear people cheering for that? Yeah, Owen's feet. Yeah. Wait, hang on, sorry. I just want to clarify something. Do you guys actually want to see Owen's feet?
Hell yeah.
I'm keeping the socks on. There you go. I've got some lovely llamas on my socks. I don't
He's
know if
got
you can see
llamas
them.
on
I've
his
got llamas
socks.
on here.
That's all you're getting. No foot action.
going?
This is not an 18-rated stream.
This has really devolved quite quickly.
Shoots up immediately.
This was a great show that you guys wrote to send off TI-11.
Well,
Thank you so much.
fantastic.
Sir Action Slacks and Pyrian Flax for putting this show together. Great work, guys.
Oh, stop your kind words, Cap. Yanis, a.k.a. Fogged.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I think I'm off.
Your mic is
I can translate. He's good.
Oh, that's great.
I'm good.
Okay. Yay! He's good!
No, I'm hyped. It was a long road to get here for a lot of people, and honestly, when you get down to these last few teams, like you said, there's so many storylines. I was rooting for a lot of teams, a lot of friends on all sides. The top 3 teams, of course.
Players
Secret,
you'd played
Liquid.
with as well previously.
Yeah, I was getting there, thank you.
Okay.
Tundra, of course, you know, Owie, former teammate, another TI under his belt. Snaking, teammate that I played with like 12 years ago, even before that, even on Heroes of Newerth and stuff like that. So, yeah, just happy to see these guys make it. And after such a long road, even for Skeeter and them too, you know, Penta, Skeeter, Penta, Nye, you know, people who remember those names. This has been outstanding. So, yeah, it's been
Can
a
I
treat.
go next? I didn't play with them, but first of all, Slacks.
Yeah.
Second place TI.
Second place TI, baby!
Along with Resolution.
That's right.
And Soxa.
Yeah. That's right.
They head off today. Old DC members along with AUI. Of course, it wasn't very successful when he was on the team, but that's unrelated, of course.
Unrelated.
But obviously really sad for Rezo because that's another second place for him, but obviously very good accomplishment. he joins Weeha as having 2 second-place TIs.
Yeah.
But Soxai ran into him in the hall and never seen him that excited before. It's like, it took 6 years. I'm like, yeah, great job, bro. That was really
Yeah, he
hype for
doesn't
him.
strike me as the kind of guy that gets emotional very often. But this obviously, I mean, like you said, second time trying to actually get it. And in such a style. I mean, they demolished Secret in that
Yeah, I
fight.
think for Soxa specifically, he was always very mellow, easy to work with. I always said, like, he's, at the time, the best position for, because you can just plug him into any lineup, which they did this last year, right? And it really worked out. He's very easy to play with, and like I said, never seen him that excited before, so that's awesome.
Fog, do you regret the days from Navi US? I mean, we saw Snaking just 1 TI, and now you're just kind of here casting him. How did that feel?
I'm glad this mic, oh, it actually works now, damn it. I was like, glad this mic doesn't work anymore. I mean, I'm just happy for them, honestly. They're like family to me always. I always talk to them, Snaking and Owie. I've known them, like I said, for like 10, 12 plus 14 years, something like that, and it just feels good to see them, you know.
Started out with Navi, now we're here.
Started from bottom, now we're here.
Started from bottom, now we're here. There you go.
Damn, that kid's still playing goddamn bottom. Like, he doesn't change anything. What the heck happened there? Good Lord.
He's good at that hero, I think.
Yeah, the bottom of the moon. Very, very good.
Oh, man. When TI is over, and we've all finished and we all go back to our hotel rooms and hide there until the next one, you guys go off and do all kinds of other cool events. There always seems to be a month where I just sort of, I think I'll go home and play tons and tons of Dota, but instead I just kind of sit around for a month and feel kind of dejected. Do you guys get that, or am I alone?
Jesus.
No, I play about 5 games of UA's East solo queue and immediately realize the reality of Dota 2. And I just accept the fact that Dota at its peak is so beautiful, and, you know, my matchmaking isn't quite so there.
My mates always tell me the worst thing is I come back with all these big ideas.
Yes.
Like here's the strat, lads. Like I've absorbed any skill from watching these
I'm
players.
going to build Wraith Pact and Pipe in all of my games, and my team's going to flame me for buying aura items. That's what's going to happen.
What's your wind down post TI, or just are you always like this?
I fall into that same trap. I instantly start pubbing because I've seen so much teamwork and communication and good play here at TI. I go straight into a pub and it's just dog shit. I hate it so much. It makes me so angry. I'm like, well, why can't you be like Skeeter? And then a lot of reports. The behavior score, real bad after TI.
A lot of passive-aggressive comments.
That's not
coming from
true.
Slacks,
That's
yeah.
passive-aggressive. Thank you. OD Pixel, you're always griefing games. Does anything change for you after TI?
No, not really. I think tomorrow I've got a pretty late flight out, so I can get one more day in of SEA pubs.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. A lot of very exciting adventures so far in the region, and it's been very enjoyable. I love the games over here, so looking forward to one final day before I travel home.
You guys cheering weren't in those pubs with him. We were, and it was a miserable experience. We lost so many games, you wouldn't believe it. How much MMR did we lose that day? Someone dropped from Divine back down to Ancient. That definitely happened.
Oh
my. Lyrical?
Lyrical is I believe he's no longer.
Yeah, Lyrical
Divine anymore.
Lyrical started the day Divine, played about 5 or 6 pubs with Owen, and was Ancient by the end of the session.
Why would he play ranked?
Because he always played ranked. I don't know why.
Him.
Owen was like, we're going ranked. Yeah, come on, boys, we'll go ranked.
All right,
Bam.
not to extend this storyline any further, but when we go down to this room that all the talent's playing in, I came in the middle of the night when you guys were still, in your 9th loss of a row, literally. And it's like somebody died in there.
Well,
let me just say, both from just the attitude-wise and the stench alone.
Shannon, but just to sum up that room in general, I had the highest win rate with Slacks in the party.
Yes, he actually, no word of a lie, this man came in and you saved the day because we were all about to just quit forever.
I know
he
how
left the stack. He came
Friendships
in.
were being broken, yeah.
And he said, all right, boys, this is what we're going to do. And he led us.
I know how the C guys think. They've never seen a healer in their entire careers. They're like, Warlock can heal? What the hell? And then you're good. You're good. It's so good. Now, can you please explain your Slark build here in front of everyone?
Yes, tell everyone about your Slark build.
I would love to hear the Slark explanation.
I want everyone here and everyone watching at home to hear this.
I can't remember it.
It starts with...
It was an unkillable Slark build.
Unkillable Slark build, which looks totally normal until 30 minutes. Eon Disc. 40-minute Heaven's Halberd. You're nodding like these are normal items. Dude.
He did no damage at any point in the game.
You know, you'll see it next TI, don't worry. I'm a bit ahead of the meta, you know.
To back up Owen here, my good friend Owen played with slacks and he bought 5 different kinds of boots. So
Yo, that is forbidden. I told you not to tell people about my Venomancer build. It's very good.
Your 5-boot Veno?
5-boot Veno. A man is he's jelly. He don't have no legs. He needs some shoes. But what can you do? That's the build. But anyway, we won't be seeing any of that, and all of that is completely irrelevant to what we have seen here
That's
today.
true. We're just filling because obviously the players had to go into all of the other late games before they wrapped up here. So that was why we're filling in time with you bozos. But I do love all of you guys.
Can I just, real quickly, can I just thank everybody who's stuck around in this stadium for all of you guys?
Yeah, thank you.
Southeast Asia, Singapore, you guys have been amazing. The hospitality, honestly, we always love coming here. We've talked about it between all the Dota talent. We always love coming to Southeast Asia. You guys are the best fans in the world. So thank you so much for all your support.
Well said, Cap. I can see that we have the players ready to come on. I hope you chaps don't mind. I think if you just pop your microphones down. Thank you very much. Can we get a round of applause and a cheer, please? For Odie Pixel, Fog, Suns Fan, and Cap. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I think Suns Fan sauntering away.
Got rid of that.
Oh my